to welcome both teams onto the field. You want to allow them to just warm up for 5 minutes, and then after those 5 minutes passes, we need to allow Alan in 2 minutes. They just finished playing, ladies and gentlemen. Zico boys also invited onto the field to stay warm. Just out of fairness, can we have both teams on, and then we'll start right after 2 minutes. 2 minutes of warm-up. If we're not on the field in 2 minutes, then we forfeit their time and then we go straight into the final. So let's welcome Zico boys into the field and Island boys into the field, ladies and gentlemen. Get both teams into the field of play. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, in the first All Neutral Squad League final. Walking onto the field of play right now. Let's give a warm round of applause to Zico boys. And not far behind him, all the way from Cape Town. See if they can take it all the way in season 4. Let's welcome onto the field. Island boys. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them one last round of applause. This will be the last walk of either team will be the right team to walk out of here. They'll either be holding one check or they'll be going home. You think he's going for another round? So bring it up and get on to the biggest five tournament on the African continent. Let's welcome Island boys! Island boys! So this warm-up is for 2 minutes. It has been timed by the officials. A 2-minute warm-up for both teams in the spirit of fairness, so that Island boys can get some time to recover, so that Zico boys can stay warm. We want to keep the playing field very fair here.
No, it's good, bro.
And here we go. The referee has blown the whistle to start the season 4 final of All Neutral Squad League. These teams have toiled and they have gone through so much turmoil to make it to this point. And right now we're going to find out who is the new champion of Old Neutral Squad League. Will it be Island Boys, the runners-up from season 3, or will it be Zico Boys? First time in the final. Will they make history? Will they make their fans excited and happy with the victory here today, or will Island Boys be taking the cup and the prize money back to Cape Town? We will find out very soon.
And we are live at the Squad League Season 4, Old Mutual Squad League Season 4 final. It is Island Boys from Cape Town taking on Zico Boys, hailing from Johannesburg. Now, if you know anything about the group stages of Season 4, you would know that these two teams came up against each other. Island Boys emerging 1-0 victors. Now it remains to be seen, can they flip the script? That is Zico Boys. A lot of it is dependent on, again, Zubi, such an important player for the Island Boys. We also know Zico Boys do have a few tricks up their sleeve. I'm not alone in commentary. Alongside me is Akim, 3 stacks, my fellow Roosevelt boy.
Domain, how are you doing? Laduma himself. I mean, it's been a very long day, but I think the reason we've all stuck around today is for this exact moment. We want to know who will be the new champion of Old Mutual Squad League. I think we all have no idea, because this is the first time that we've had the opportunity to witness a new person, a new team rather, being crowned champions. And Zico Boys already going for it early on in the game, trying to chip Zubi, who's out of position. And we know we've spoken a lot about...
Spoken in depth about Zubi and just how important he is to that Island Boys team. I mean, he scored the winning goal for them in the semi-final, and that speaks to just how crucial he is. Can he prove to be clutch again? We spoke about just how much of a clutch player he is. Can he be clutch again this time around?
And a shot there.
Cosmo in the Zico Boys goal, also very crucial save, 2 penalties.
Amazing saves that he made in their semi-final encounter against Government Tiki. I think that was one of the most hot fixtures that we've witnessed. Government Tiki going out so close to getting to the final. I think for them, it's so tough because they always a favorite, a crowd favorite. People really love them, but once again, unable to, take that last step and get all the way to the final in Old Mutual Squad League.
Interesting dynamic here, Hakim, is the fact that Island Boys do play with the flying keeper, something we've spoke about extensively, right? However, Zico Boys, every team they've come up against, what a goal! Wow! 1-0, what a good start by Island Boys.
1-0 to Island Boys. Wow, I mean,
Craig has been in hot form.
Very hot form.
Left foot of his.
Very
drills it into
instrumental.
the bottom of the net.
Wow, and
beautiful goal.
What a great strike, what good build up and
What
close
a way to start a
quarters.
final.
Incredible way to start a final. What an incredible way to start a final. And Zico Boys now have some work to do.
What I love about this, Hakim, also is that it now forces us to have a more of an open game.
Absolutely.
There's no way that Zico Boys can have a cagey approach now that they have been breached. They have to look to find a way back into the game. Can they do it this time around?
They need to very soon find a way back into this game, and the more that they try to do that, the more that they're going to put themselves under pressure and give Island Boys an opportunity to extend this lead. And the crowd extremely unhappy with the officiating that is not going the way of Zico Boys, obviously, because Zico Boys is the Johannesburg team.
One thing that I am surprised about in this first half, in the opening minutes of the first half, is just the frantic pace of the game. I didn't expect the game to be as quick as it is, to get off to such a very good start. But if you look at it, both teams really wanting it, 500,000 rand on the line, and it does look like this final can be a banger. Zubi again, we know just how crucial he is with those shots, always coming close. The University of the Western Cape goalkeeper.
Please can everybody in the stand sit down. Please can everybody sit down. We need to make it easy for the referees to do their job. We cannot pressure them, so please can everybody sit down. And can we also have all of the spectators in the VIP section step back from the net? Please can we have everybody step back from the net, please?
By Brandon this time around. Island Boys really taking the game to Zico Boys. They look like they wanted to have the upper hand. They are leading 1-0, early goal, 4 minutes on the clock. Zico Boys looking for a way back into the game. We know that in the semi-final, they did mount an impressive comeback against Government Tiki.
Basically, what Zico Boys were able to do in that semi-final was extremely electric in terms of their resilience and their resolve. They dug deep. They found that goal late in the extra time, which obviously took them to the penalties. But once again, Zico Boys coming agonizingly close.
Their captain Ryan, he's so crucial to what they're trying to do. You know that he also scored in that semi-final. When Ryan is on song, Zico Boys is on song.
Absolutely.
You need some of the big players to step up for them. Like I'm saying, cannot play a KG game at this point. They need to come out, try and get the equalizer.
KGness is not going to bring a result for either team here, and I think the fact that Island Boys have made it so that they take the advantage early, they give themselves that little bit of a boost to make sure that they can continue and push on. And it's Zico Boys' game to lose right now. I mean, if they don't score, then Island Boys win. If they keep pushing, they cause problems for themselves in terms of opening themselves up. So who knows what kind of approach they employ to get one back in this game and to even take the lead in this game at some point.
We probably sound like broken records at this point, but we are speaking about just how crucial that direct free kick can be after 5 fouls conceded. Zubi, one thing he has done, especially in the semi-final and now in this finals, eat away at the clock. We know how precious those seconds are, especially when you are the team that's trailing. And for his team, it's so crucial that he just continues to wind down the clock, make sure that he takes as much time as he possibly can by playing off of that sideboard. We have seen him do it a few times. Obviously, it is allowed. This is fives football. And just that creates so much frustration. It forces you to come and press him. And once you do, it eliminates a play and opens up a space.
Who can be the game breaker? Because at this point, teams have definitely understood that Zubi can cause problems. And look at this now.
That is a risk that they run, especially when Zubi comes out of the post. Like I said, Zico Boys, whenever they have played against a flying keeper, have punished the teams by making sure that they capitalize on that. As soon as the keeper makes a mistake and they wait for that mistake, as soon as that mistake happens, they do manage to punish it. They came close on that occasion again. Ryan, we spoke about how crucial he can be.
Absolutely. Always putting in a captain's performance and showing leadership from the front to give his team the encouragement and to show them that this is how you win a game. He's always taking the game by the scruff of the neck and making sure that his team are showing the impetus as often as possible, because somebody has to carry the boats and logs.
Absolutely. Just before the game kicked off, I was in the crowd just asking people where they think the 500,000 rand is going. A lot of the people are of the opinion that it should stay in Joburg. A lot of people feel that it is time that it changes an area code. It makes its way to Cape Town. 500,000 on the line. This is not child's play. This is the biggest five-a-side competition on the African continent.
And regardless of who wins this game, we will be crowning a new champion, because Obviously, Orlando Pirates 5s were not able to make it through the group stages, and regardless, like I'm saying, of who wins this game, we'll have a new champion. But whether it stays in Joburg or whether it goes to Cape Town is yet to be seen. But I think at this stage right now, Island Boys are in a very advantageous position. They've got the goal. They're trying to wear their opposition down and they're pressing them high. But never count out Zico Boys, because Zico Boys have got this tendency of getting late winners.
I think it is worth noting also that both of his teams, by virtue of being in the final, does get seeded into the next competition, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I know Pirates 5s didn't have to play qualifiers. Island Boys themselves didn't have to play qualifiers.
Yes.
So by virtue of being in the final, both teams are seeded for season 5 of Squad League, which is important to note. But there is this crucial prize up there. And we know Zico Boys trying to claw their way back in. They are
With a lot of silky footwork there from the number 2.
The crowd on the side, number 2 being Marcel Jonoski. He is a crowd favorite in almost every tournament he plays. They do have some impressive players who are able to unlock that Island Boys defense. Question is, are they able to penetrate it? Because we know they are going to create chances, they are going to come close, but can they make their chances count?
That's the most important thing, and I think right now what we're seeing from Zico Boys is they're trying to build confidence by holding onto the ball and doing skills and trying to beat a player, which is important.
Ryan again coming close with that shot. That is the one thing that perhaps Island Boys has that the other teams don't have, is that Zubi, when he's in possession, has the ability to make it count for them in terms of taking those shots, whereas with a lot of other goalkeepers, they do shoot, but it's never really threatening. So it is a bit of a disadvantage to them if you look at it, whereas with Zubi, we know that he is a goal threat as a goalkeeper, which is an important, I think, a cheat code, if you want to call it that.
And he's also got very good distribution with his hands. I think one thing that we've seen from him is he throws out once he's picked the ball up, and he seems to always find the feet of one of his teammates, and in such a way where they are running toward the opposition goal. And that has worked for them quite a lot, where under the pressure he's still able to find feet and make it work for his team.
It has worked for his team indeed. Okay, you look at it, and now there's one thing that Island Boys have that a lot of teams are lacking. It is the ability to go physical. We do see a threatening situation that we have spoken about so often, the direct free kick. 5 fouls does lead to a direct free kick.
And can you hear the crowd right now
Zico
cheering on Zico Boys with the Zico call?
The man lining up for it is Ozzy. Ozzy does play as a central defender, but we know that he can strike it. He is up against one of the best shot stoppers, though. Will take something special to beat Zubi from this range. Ozzy takes the shot, goes high. Zubi equal to the task, making sure that the rebound is safely gathered.
Wow, and a lot of players in that situation against Zubi have opted not to go low and hard. They've opted to go high. There was a number of opportunities.
One-on-one chance here for Janowski.
What a save!
What a save from Zubi.
Now we've got some aggressive play against the wall there.
Something that the referee would need to control if the game is not to go in that direction. We did see it in the semi-final where perhaps a bit more liberty was given to players to kind of have a physical go at each other. But this is a final. It is avoidable, definitely. It is something that is definitely avoidable in the final. So the referee would play a crucial role in ensuring that he keeps control of his game.
It's going to be very important for the referee to keep control of the game, because even though the officiating was very good, obviously leading up to the final, in this game the stakes are even higher. We are in the final. This is the last time that you can go for this grand prize, and if the referee loses control of the game, it changes the texture and the atmosphere with the fans and the crowd, and also with the players on the field. So it's vital that the referee makes sure that when he's making these decisions of whether or not to let the play continue, or whether or not to call a foul, he needs to make sure that these decisions are spot on and clear, so that there isn't any uncertainty between him and his staff.
Just under 13 minutes played here at the Discovery Park in Parkmore. It is the Old Mutual Squad League final between Zico Boys as well as Island Boys. Island Boys currently leading 1-0. It is a tight affair. Zico boys trying to claw their way back into the game, whereas Island boys trying to establish their lead even further, create a bigger gap, create almost an opportunity where Zico boys need to chase the game.
And Zubi, in that previous part of the play, electing to go long, his team not retaining possession of the ball, which resulted in a turnover, which then caused Zico boys to push up the field quite quickly, and they are currently in possession in the Island boys half and are looking to probe them with their goalkeeper now also stepping off of his line and trying to add that extra player in the field of play to make it more difficult for Island boys to mark.
Zico boys kind of mimicking Bafana in that once they concede, they do start playing better. We have seen them throughout the tournament concede quite early, but then it does create a better game from them. So perhaps that tactic can work for them again. We have seen them mount a couple of comebacks. And a lot of people encouraging the goalkeeper to shoot.
And he does take the shot.
But we do see a nasty foul there on Zubi.
And the shot has gone wide and hit the net, and on the follow-up, Zubi, the keeper of Island boys, was taken out, and we see here it's hit the top netting. I beg your pardon. And when the follow-up comes from the Zico boys play, completely slams into Zubi, which has caused him quite a lot of discomfort.
We have spoken about just how crucial it would be for the Zico boys keeper Cosmo to, when he is taking a shot, try and make it count the same way when Zubi takes these shots. He does go on target. Most of the time we see players trying to sky the ball, trying to go into the top corner, but it is something that is quite difficult, and this is a situation that Island boys love. They have the direct free kick. Craig, who's already gotten onto the score sheet today, he has hit a few in the semi-final, did score. He had a few after that in the second half, didn't make it count, but listen, this is a very threatening situation for Island boys. Can they make it count?
And a save, a very good save.
By Cosmo. He is proving to be a very, very capable shot stopper.
Absolutely.
As we have seen throughout, not only this final, but we've seen it throughout the competition.
And in the semi-final, in that penalty shootout against Government Tiki, he was crucial in terms of making those two saves, which ultimately prevented Government Tiki from moving on. And once again, making a very decisive save from that direct kick from Craig. And Craig unable to make that chance count.
Interesting change here by Zico boys. They have introduced Anselin Williams, the TS Galaxy midfielder, who packs a punch with that left foot of his. We know how dangerous he can be. He scored for them again in the semi-final. And you look at it, he can definitely pose a threat with his left foot. Can they find him? Can they open up those spaces for him to then have that shot? Again, Zubi stands between him and goal. Can they open it up in a way where Anselin can get those shots away?
And with just over 4 minutes left to play in this first half, in this final encounter between Zico boys and Island boys, Zico boys still chasing the game and trying to find something with a shot there, going straight into Craig, who stops the ball and does some amazing skill to beat the player, and another piece of great skill. But unfortunately,
for Zico boys, Chernosky.
What an amazing tackle.
Fantastic defending by Craig.
Craig.
All over the place. And so far is really owning this final. Not only has he gotten the opening goal, but he has shown some amazing skills, some Kasi flavor, if you will.
South African football on full showcase right here at Old Mutual Squad League. We've just got a little over 3 minutes to play in this final, and Island boys still in the lead and maintaining this lead and coming close to extending the lead over there, but the referee has blown the whistle.
There's nothing like a good old toe poke. We have seen it being tried by a few players throughout the day, where if all else fails, try them Bonsi.
Bonsi never failed. If you hit it with the right amount of power and hard
accuracy,
and low, then it's an unstoppable shot.
Zico boys managing to penetrate their defense. They're coming close. They are knocking on the door. They are asking questions of us Island boys defense. Again, Anselin Williams, the man we just mentioned, he does have a nasty left foot. We know that he has the ability to shoot from anywhere. Ryan, the conductor, playing from the back. They are knocking on the door. They are asking questions. They are posing a constant threat to this Island boys.
Oh,
So
once
as we
again.
say that,
going
Another shot.
wide. We've heard the sideboards ringing 3 or 4 times in the last couple of minutes in this game, and Zico boys just unable to be accurate and clinical enough and use that chance because they're getting forward, they're finding the space, they're getting the shot off, but the accuracy is lacking for them.
Island boys also seeming happy just to sit and absorb that pressure, move with their men, but what they are doing, they are leaving some spaces open which Zico boys are trying to exploit. We do see that they aren't employing the man-to-man marking system, which creates a bit of space for Zico boys. So far they haven't been able to use it. However, if they keep knocking like this, sooner or later we'll see if it can open.
Island boys, exactly, not using a man marking system, definitely marking zonally and trying to make it very difficult for the Zico boys players to find space in behind and in between them. Because one thing I've noticed about Zico boys is that they are very, very active. They move a lot and they're very quick. So if you do employ a man marking strategy, there's a chance that you can miss your player and there can be a miscommunication between defenders. And I think Island boys have elected not to do that and also avoiding to tire themselves out.
What we are seeing also is a number of subs being made by both teams, keeping the legs fresh, keeping the pressure on, making sure that the tempo of the game doesn't drop at all. We are seeing constant changes, of course, with the five side, they are rolling subs, meaning that at any point you can have a number of different players on the field.
At this stage of the game, it's very important to use your substitutes because fatigue sets in. You want to create some level of unpredictability. You don't want to become obvious in the sense of your build-up play, and also keeping the legs fresh so that the players in the team can defend and get back when it's necessary, because a lot of the time what we find is that if we're using the same players over and over again on defense, they sometimes lack and cause problems to be able to get back and track back.
What we are seeing here, Kim, is Anslin William lining up for a direct free kick towards Zubi. It could be the last kick of this first half. We have hit the 20-minute mark for those of you watching at home. Anslin Williams, they call him Booty. Hits the shot.
Incredible
Fantastic
save
save by Zubi.
And Zubi gets a foot in his stomach or chest.
We do see so many remonstrations from the Island boys players.
Incredible save from Zubi there, and then the follow-up. Zubi gets kicked.
Does look like Ozzy gets pushed into the keeper by an Island boys player. We have seen the player receive a red card in the tournament in the past. In the semi-final, we did see him get sent off. And again, some rough play there by the Zico boys number 14, Ozzy. We could need a medic on the field for Zubi. We do see the Island boys medical staff attending to Zubi. He is so crucial for them. Only goalkeeper yet to concede really in this tournament.
And there's a little bit of Haji Baji off the ball.
And cheers there for the medics as they make their way onto the field to make sure that, and this obviously will add some time to the first half, because there wasn't much left in terms of regulation play in the first half. But this stop, and perhaps also what it does for Island boys, it takes the sting out of the game.
Absolutely.
Where there's some respite for them, where they can regather, where they can regroup and just kind of breathe, because they have been under immense pressure since taking that lead. Zico boys have been probing and asking questions. So perhaps this, as much as it's a worrying situation with Zubi still on the floor, could be just a bit of a breather for the Island boys.
And as we wait for the confirmation of the time and also of Zubi State, just to remind you of the score, this is the first half that is being played between Zico boys and Island boys. The score is currently 1-0. Old Mutual Squad League. The score is 1-0 to Island boys. And this is a repeat of the goal. Wow. What an incredible strike and great build-up play from them.
Notice how he keeps it down and he goes through the legs of Ryan firstly, and that distracts the view of the goalkeeper. By the time he sees it, it's already trickled into the back of the net.
And these are some of the amazing skills on show from the Zico boys, and some of the shots and saves that have been made by Zico boys onto Island boys. Here's another one. A great save from Zubi. Zubi's been absolutely clutch. We've seen about 2 saves and some good pieces of skill from Zico boys as well.
He's really kept his team in the game. We saw just how crucial he has been, and he has taken a battering as well.
He's
We
taken an
must say,
absolute beating, this guy.
we must say that so far he's really been one of the standout players for Island Boys, not only in the competition but in this final as well. If you look at the highlights, you see a lot of questions being asked by Zico Boys, but Zubi has really taken a beating in this first half, still being treated, but he has made his way onto his feet, and it does seem to be okay.
The crowd giving cheers and jeers and trying to off-put the Island Boys players. I wonder if the Zico Boys players gone over to apologize, or what was the case in that situation.
I think a lot of the cheers were more for the paramedics. They came in, did a fantastic job, and every time they ran on, the crowd have been here, and shout out also to this amazing crowd who have been here for the entire day. I mean, we started at 11:30. They've been here from the first quarter-final up until the final. Thank you for rocking with us here at the Old Mutual Squad League.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an intense day of action, very passionate, and as the evening has progressed, there's been a lot of cold weather that has come into the field of play, but that hasn't deterred the audience. The crowd has been absolutely incredible here today, and we appreciate the audience in the crowd and the audience watching at home.
Just building up to this final, Big C Zubi receiving a lot of treatment from the medical team.
I really think Zubi is going to need a premium medical aid plan, because he's been really taking a beating, and he's getting up every time, and he's playing positively. But I just wonder how long he can withstand this beating for. At what point does all of this kind of weigh down on him? And that's the halftime whistle.
Interesting half. Obviously, as things stand, still 1-0 to Island Boys. You know that the referee has brought about an end to this first half. Hotly contested. I think Island Boys just edging it slightly, if we're being completely honest. Zico Boys have been asking questions, however they haven't been able to penetrate that absolute wall that is Zubi in the Island Boys goal.
And as we take this break, we just allowing the teams to switch over so that they can take their different sides. Currently the score is still 1-0 to the Island Boys, holding on to this lead. We haven't had any incidences of cards and players getting sent off, so each team still has the full complement, and I think from the officiating perspective that's very important, because you don't want a final to be decided on a card if a player goes off. That ultimately is dependent on whether the teams maintain their composure, and we'll see how long they do that for in the second half.
I think two different team talks here. Island Boys, obviously they're in the lead. They need to maintain that. They need to perhaps slow the game down, try to frustrate Zico Boys a bit more. I wonder if the message from the coach now is to go out there and get that second goal. Obviously Arafat, an animated character, the Zico Boys coach, he will be spurring his charges on just to say that we need to go out there and get that goal. It is 500,000 rand on the line. It's wafa. We leave nothing behind. There is 20 minutes left, and they need to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at Island Boys if they are to mount a comeback.
The thing about comebacks is that when they start, it starts to crumble for the other team. And we've seen this in the past, where a team is coming back and they're gaining momentum and they're scoring those goals, and then the other team just don't know how to deal with it, and they concede fouls and this type of thing. So I think it's very important for Island Boys to know that Zico Boys are going to come out guns blazing. They're definitely going to come out guns blazing. They're not going to make this easy for Island Boys. And Island Boys need to make sure that they stay composed, and Zico Boys need to take their chances, because there's a few chances that have gone begging. Obviously Zubi's made a couple of good saves, but I think a bigger portion of that has hit the sideboards.
Absolutely, and I think Zico Boys do have perhaps an ace up their sleeves in the form of Tsepo Matsimela, the man known as Jomo. We have seen him come on in previous games and managed to change it for them.
Yes.
We could possibly see his introduction now in the second half. You can imagine that Island Boys, because they are in the lead, would keep their team the same. but we are in for a very jam-packed second half.
I just keep hearing these cheers, and I wonder what is the nature of these cheers, because it sounds very cynical. It doesn't sound like supportive sounds coming out of the audience right now. It sounds very sarcastic and extremely cynical.
You did say that the crowd does become a bit more lively towards the final. We are in the final now, the Old Mutual Squad League. 500,000 rand up for grabs. Long deliberations here for the two teams. Island Boys still in that huddle. Like we mentioned, looks like Tsepo Matsimela is coming on for Zico Boys. Can they mount an all-out attack on Island Boys, whose defense throughout this tournament has been impenetrable?
Yes.
We have also seen, Hakim, Zico Boys take the approach of perhaps doing without their goalkeeper Cosmo. We have seen their captain and main defender Ryan going into goal, where they then create that numerical advantage with the added player.
And we are being joined by an illustrious guest on our live stream. As we go into the second half of Old Mutual Squad League, the final. Coach.
Hola, Chovita!
Coach, you are gracing us with your presence in this moment.
How can I miss something so incredible, something so big, something so special, something so magical?
Wow, and you being here just confirms where the game of five-a-side is going in the country. From your perspective, what has been your experience of the event, and how are you feeling about the atmosphere and the quality and the general organization of the tournament?
I mean, this is Africa's biggest five-a-side tournament, and it's being the fourth season. It's the fourth year. It means that it has been growing in leaps and bounds, and it's just incredible to see how teams are able to come back and play. In the final right now, we are seeing a team that played in the final last year, and lost to Pirates, and they're back. They're in the final again. Zico Boys are just trying to disrupt that. They've also never been so lucky, but it's amazing to see families come out here. Old Mutual, I'm saying kudos to them, and Squad League also, because I came in here and I'm like, ooh, I should have brought my kids. It doesn't happen all the time where you come to a tournament that caters for adults and the children, where there's a play area, it's safe, it's family friendly, and I just love that about it, because it brings the whole family, everybody. The stands are full right now. Because
even though it's cold.
Yeah, even though it's cold. Come on, I have a coffee in my hand. Cold can wait. So
exactly.
We'll make means.
Exactly. And I think you've touched on all the positive aspects of the tournament, in terms of the environment being family friendly and being welcoming to so many people. I also think it's so great that qualifiers happen not just in Johannesburg. There's qualifiers that happen in Bloem, in Cape Town, in Durban, and then those teams have an opportunity to come up to Johannesburg to participate in the final. And I think for the growth of the tournament, we do want to see finals happening in other provinces, and hopefully one day becoming truly continental, and getting teams qualifying from the different countries on the continent.
Absolutely. Like we're saying it, the tag says it's Africa's biggest five-a-side tournament. And it's beautiful that it's all over South Africa, because we are covering a few provinces, more provinces, and hopefully it will get to all 9 provinces and get into Sub-Saharan and all the way in Africa.
Absolutely.
And another element I'm bringing in is that it would be beautiful to see women. I know in the second year we did try it and bring girls into the five-a-side 5-squad league, and it didn't work out as much, but because of the success that we've been seeing and witnessing, and it's beautiful, I do see more women coming in and they're enjoying this, because 5-a-side is easy to put together compared to 11-a-side.
Yes.
So the more we take it to Sub-Saharan, we take it to the whole of Africa and the women's teams. So ladies, put your teams together and see, because Old Mutual is really giving this tournament everything you can think about. We are here 2 days, and I just wished we could go to the third day, but Intemnandi has an
expiry
ending
date,
to it,
expiry date, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think you touching on that is totally warranted, because yes, in season 2 we did have that exhibition game between the ladies, and as you say, with the success and the growth of the tournament, we do want to see this format also go into the women's game as well. And I think you being here creates some interest, and also possibly you putting a team together, or helping to galvanize the women so that we can have more participation, because football is for everybody.
Women at home, South Africa, Africa, wherever you are, I'm asking you and I'm pleading to you to say, I know you've got 11-a-side teams. Put them together and make sure that you get ready. Start playing your 5-a-sides. Well, 5-a-side does happen in 11-a-side when you are training on all of that. Let's put it to practice. Put your teams together, get acquainted with the rules, because there's a lot of important rules in this tournament, in this type of game, but it's beautiful. You see so much action, so we want to see the girls come through and be able to give us such quality as well. South Africa has a lot of talent, and I think we can definitely have a women's version of it happening concurrently.
Wow, what an incredible strike from the number 7 there, Caleb Jomath. I think these guys have really been able to soak the pressure, and Zico boys really came at them in the last bit of the first half, and they soaked the pressure and they found another goal. I wonder, do they try and keep this lead and defend, or do they keep going for it? What would be your strategy, coach, to tell them how do you manage the game in this moment?
Keep running. Keep working as a team, because that's what they've been doing. That's why they're in the final. Don't lose the ball in your own half like this, because it's a quick turn of events. Don't allow them to shoot, but be active. Their goalkeeper has been impressive in how he's been playing. He got injured a bit earlier on in the first half, but he's up. And I just love how they are able to run for each other, play for each other, increase the league as much as you can. 1 goal is not as safe, but 2 goals, it gives you a little bit more cushion.
Bit of a buffer.
Get the 3rd one, get the 4th one, and show why you're in the final and why you've traveled 18 hours to get to Gauteng. You know what I mean?
Especially if they took a bus. One thing about Island Boys and their second team, Dublin Boys, they ran a GoFundMe to raise some funds to be able to come up here, because obviously it takes a lot to put a team together and to support a team to be able to come up to Johannesburg and to house them, flights and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just testament to their community and the greater community of football, really rallying behind the team that they believe in, and that's really the spirit of football. That's what we love to see in football.
Absolutely, it's amazing, because every team succeeds because of the community around them, and I love that GoFundMe, it was successful, because here they are today. They are fully kitted, they are healthy, they are good, because last year I know they had difficulties coming to the tournament, and this year they are well supported. The crowd loves them as well, and to many more initiatives that will allow them and not to just feel under pressure closer to the tournament, but as the year, because it comes every year, so they must be ready. If they win it today, well, they are halfway there.
Yeah.
It means they must come back, so they need to go fund even more.
And what we'd really like to see in the game of fives is this tournament not just having a tournament format, but almost having a league format where players can earn from this, because we see in other parts of the world where football teams in kind of smaller communities, in the favelas in Brazil, in Germany, they've got a corporate league where guys who work in corporate who are playing like a Sunday league, but a professional kind of level of quality. Those guys get paid, and there is good support for them as well. And we'd love this to happen not just once every season, but every weekend.
Absolutely, and when that happens, it means it allows us, the South African team, to scout a lot more players, because we've got a futsal team that needs to go and compete in Africa, all over the world. So this is an opportunity that allows us and assures us those moments, because it's a league, and a league means continuity. It means progression. It means you produce a lot more players. Then you also get experts in the game. A goalkeeper right now is running with the ball and showing up. He's got a couple of goals. That's the versatility of it, and that's excitement that we want to see week in and out. And I hope it grows and becomes even more bigger, because some of us cannot play 11-a-side. Some of us have a chance to play a 5-a-side where it's quick, sharp football, quick thinking, quick, skills and all of that. So that's the beauty of it.
Coach, all of your insights have been extremely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We are always privileged to be in the presence of the best and professionals and people who have represented our country in the best way possible. So we thank you. We thank you for your contribution, and we're giving you your flowers as Old Mutual Squad League. And we hope that you'll be back for the next one.
You're not getting rid of me that easy, Baba. Old Mutual, I just want to say thank you and a shout out to you, because when corporates are involved in development of sport or progression of sport, we see longevity, we see progress. And that's why Bafana is rocking today, because corporates like Old Mutual are part of the game from the ground up. Asien, Chavita.
Let's go. So this was this given as a penalty? Coach, thank you so much. That was lovely. This was awarded as a penalty for
penalty to Zico boys
for being on the ground.
No. There was a tackle from behind.
A tackle from behind. I thought because he was not playing on his feet. You know when you go down, you're not supposed to. You need to have both feet on the ground. Yeah.
Ryan standing over it. We have seen, and we spoke about this prior to the game, to say that we could see a situation where they get rid of the keeper, use Ryan as a flying keeper. He stands over this penalty facing Zubi. Ryan puts it in the bottom left corner. 2-1 to Zico boys. We now have a final on our hands, Akim. We have a final on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Very clinical.
2-1.
Very clinical.
Very clinical to Ryan. He's been so crucial for them.
Sending Zubi the absolute wrong way, and making sure that he places his penalty perfectly into the corner. And now, as you say, we've got a final on our hands.
Massive final on our hands. Zico boys, they know they need to bring more. They know perhaps they were a bit flat in that first half, and rightfully went 2 goals down. Now that the score is 2-1, it is on a knife's edge. It could go either way. Feeling like the next goal could be so crucial.
And some misplaced footwork, even though they're probing so much. And I think the energy now in the crowd has really grown. It's clear that there's a lot of support for Zico boys out here today, which makes sense because we're in Johannesburg. This is where the final is happening. Old Mutual Squad League. We're out in Sandton, and 10 minutes played so far. Another 10 to go. What's going to happen?
You know what is interesting? Seeing this zonal approach being applied by Island boys, they are not going man to man. They are allowing they are closing the spaces instead of going man for man, which is quite interesting considering that Zico boys do have the ability to pick a pass, especially now with Ryan playing as this flying keeper, where perhaps spaces are opening up and we are seeing them being moved around a lot. Is that the right tactic to deploy, Akim?
As I was saying earlier, I think it's very difficult to man mark Zico boys because of how zippy they are. They move around the field extremely quickly. It's very unpredictable movements off the ball, which when they have possession and when they don't have possession, they're moving around a lot, and you can tire if you're trying to chase them around the whole time. So I suppose this is the reason why Island boys have opted for this strategy, because they've been playing the whole day. Both teams have been playing the entire day, and we need to manage fatigue here.
Yeah, there are some tired legs out there. We have seen these teams play quarter-final, semi-final, and now this grueling final, which has just gone over 11 minutes. Zico boys coming close.
And there's
again.
A save there.
Has the referee pointed
and
to the spot again?
Seems as if the ref has pointed to the spot.
Seems as if it is a foul going against Zico boys, much to the demonstration of the players, much to the disappointment. It did look like the referee had pointed to the spot.
It really did look like he had pointed for another penalty for Zico boys, which would have definitely caused a lot of hardship and disappointment for the Island boys. And just seeing my Zubi's body language as soon as he went down, I think he also thought that it was a penalty.
It was a penalty. It is a worrying sign for Island boys every time Zubi does go to ground, because they do not have a capable replacement that can come in and fill his shoes. So whenever he does go down, and we have spoken about the battering that is taken in this final, whenever he goes down, there is some worried faces out there from the Island boys side.
And as you say, very rightly so, he's a practically impossible player to replace in this setup. I think you need him at full fitness, and when you have a player like that, you have a lot of reliance on him, but for whatever reason, should you lose access to this player, it can make life very difficult. And I suppose one of the coaching remarks maybe from Arafat was to make Zubi's life extremely hard, be very physical with him, wear him down physically so that his contribution on the game diminishes as the game goes on.
One thing we haven't seen him do in this game, which he has done throughout the tournament, is take those shots. I think Zico boys have done a good job in ensuring that they pin him back. He does know that they do pose that threat, that as soon as he's out of his goal, if that ball breaks, Zico boys are the one team that can punish you in that regard.
And Zico boys trying to find a way through that tightly packed area and not able to do that. And now Island boys are choosing to not go on the quick break.
Interesting from Island boys that they are choosing to slow it down quite a bit. They do have very capable players who are able to rotate the ball, who are able to slow the game down. And again, Zubi so crucial, eating into those seconds, something that could prove crucial, especially with this one goal lead that they do have at this point.
The complexion of the game has definitely changed since Zico boys scored. Island boys were enjoying a 2-goal buffer, and now it's a totally different dynamic in the game, in the crowd. Everybody's experiencing a little bit more angst, especially for people who are supporting Zico boys, but for Island boys as well. They need to make sure that they don't make any mistakes and concede an equalizer, because that will definitely change the entire dynamic of everything. And now
Zico boys with that quick counter, not able to make it work there. But we see that they are trying to catch them on the break whenever they do have the opportunity. The crowd urging Zico boys to shoot. However, they haven't managed to get it on target as yet. It is still 2-1 here. 14 minutes played at the Discovery Park. It is the Old Mutual Squad League, biggest five-a-side competition in Africa.
And the ref looking to his assistance for the foul count. And will this be a directed goal? No, that was.
Also understand that there are about 2,000 people watching us online. Thank you for joining us. You are missing out on some crazy action here at the Discovery Park, but we are keeping you live up to date. Thank you so much to our live streaming team who are doing the things here. What a final we have on our hands. 5 minutes to go. Is this money staying in Joburg, or is it going all the way down to Cape Town? Remains to be seen. Five packed minutes here, Hakim.
Yeah, I think obviously we want those W's in the chat. We're so happy that we've got this live stream going. We've always done commentary in the past, but now that we've got the stream going, we can get live interaction from everybody watching at home, and I think that's such a dope dynamic that's been added to Squad League. So yeah, like you said, shout out to the streaming team, shout out to Squad League for adding this content addition to the whole package. And this is the premium package that you're witnessing right now. You're witnessing the premium package.
Oh, what a goal from Zico boys! 2-2. They have been asking questions. They have been knocking on the door. And finally, they have managed to break that barrier. Zico boys, Ozzy, we have seen him come close in this game. But Ozzy, then, this is the first 2 goals that Zubi has conceded in the entire tournament, Hakim.
In the entire tournament. This guy hasn't conceded goals the entire tournament. And in the final, when it counts, when it is the most crucial, Zico boys have managed. And this is what they do. We've seen this. This is not strange. This is not weird. This is not an anomaly. Zico boys are those guys that love a little bit of a challenge. They want to chase the game. They want to come back. It spurs them on. It creates energy. I don't know why you want to live a life filled with so much anxiety. Why don't you just score the goals and hold the lead? But no, Zico boys said, let's chase this game. Let's find these margins. Let's find these goals.
The one thing that really concerns me is the reactions of the coach on the sideline, Arafat. Sometimes you see him just clugging down a jug of water as he stresses, but
look at him, he's rubbing his face. Oh my gosh,
Arafat, believe it. He is loving
Arafat is absolutely going through it. I mean, if we could get a shot of Arafat, he is having a complete panic attack right now.
We have seen that throughout the competition.
But here we go. What a save! Cosmo with the clutch save, making sure that the score stays 2-2. This is incredible scenes right here. And now we're going to start to see the game start to get out of control. This is when the game starts to get out of control. We've got 3 minutes left, or 2.5 minutes left before the end of the half. We've got a draw score, 2-2. This is the formula for a perfect storm.
Hakim, the crowd certainly got their money's worth. Those who paid did not pay for nothing. They came here, they were treated to goals galore in this final. Could there be more goals? Remains to be seen. Like you said, just under 2 minutes left to play. Both teams really looking for it. 500,000 rand on the line.
And now it's getting chaotic in here. It's getting loud. Everybody making their voices heard, grabbing onto the net. And these are the moments where you really need the officials and the referees to take control of the game to make sure that everything stays calm. We're almost at the end. We're right there. We cannot descend into chaos. And the referee taking control of the game.
Fifth foul, according to the referee for Zico boys. They haven't been able to make it count as yet. We have to be honest with you. They have been taking the shots, but they have been opting to go aerial instead of trying to test Zubi and see where he's at. So. Could that be it? Could that be the one that sees Zico boys go all the way this time around? What a strike by Ryan Bikers.
And Zubi coming out to try and create something here.
Clock is ticking.
The clock is definitely ticking.
3-2. Zico boys happy to give away fouls. We know that they just come from that 5-foul deficit. But what a clutch moment. We've spoken about clutch players. Ryan. What a goal! What a final we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is pandemonium. Just when you thought it was over. What a goal by Dixon. Hitting a similar top bins. We had 2 top bin goals as the referee blows for regulation time. Wow, what a final we have on our hands. This is the biggest five-a-side competition on the African continent. What a game we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3 is the score. What a game.
I don't even know what I just saw. This is basically like what I was talking about. We descended into chaos, but in the best way.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Like what has happened right now is going to be one that will be repeated in the minds of people who are lovers of football of all formats. Island boys leading the game, 2-0. Zico boys pulling a goal back and then equalizing. And just at the stroke before the end of the game, scoring a third goal. But because of the stoppages, the referee continued the game, and Island boys were able to bring back that deficit to 3-3, and the game is now at a 3-3 draw.
This is what we call a 6-goal thriller. We know that Bafana is up after this, but you do not want to move your eyes off of the screen. You do have a banger of a final. Island boys, Zico boys. This is Squad League, 500,000 rand up for grabs. Who will be crowned Season 4 winner here at the Discovery Park in Sandton?
Incredible scenes. Incredible scenes. Nobody can believe what they have just witnessed. Zico boys living dangerously, living on the edge, finding their way back into the game. Eventually taking the lead, but the lead was only held momentarily. How fleeting that goal was.
What a final we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely gripping. Like I'm saying, the crowd getting their money's worth. Every penny well spent. If you are not at the Squad League final, where are you, ladies and gentlemen? This is perhaps one of the best finals we've seen. I must say, my first year being involved with the tournament, and this has been a banger of a final.
I 100% think that out of all of the finals, this is definitely the most thrilling. We've either had very close affairs, very cagey affairs. The one season we had Orlando Pirates 5s completely obliterating the opposition and beating them 4-0. This is nothing like that. This is something completely different. This is what happens when you have new teams in the final. A different dynamic, something different to figure out how to deal with and how to overcome. And both of these teams keep getting each other's number. And we will find out at the end of this who the new champion will be. But at this stage, 3-3 at the end of regulation time, and we're moving on to extra time.
This is Island Boys versus Zico Boys, and this is the point I came where I say that the boys get separated from the men. two teams.
Yeah, one of these teams is gonna have to change their name to men at the end. It's either gonna be Zico men or Island men.
Zico men.
Zico men.
Will the real men stand up?
Will the real men please stand up?
What a second half we
What
have
a
here.
wow.
What an extra time we have here in Prospect.
What a wow.
You cannot take your eyes off of this. What a final. 6-goal thriller so far as we get extra time underway.
So we are into extra time. And the crowd is singing along.
Some Mary J. Blige. Thank you to the DJ for that. Making sure we are entertained both on and off the field. But it is on the field where the action is happening. Hakeem Waits looking.
See what's happening here.
Crowd absolutely glued.
Keeps
If you are watching us online, in case you missed it, we did see Island Boys take a 2-0 lead before Zico Boys clawing their way back and then taking the lead 3-2 before conceding in the last seconds.
Literally.
The game is now at 3-3.
And we've got 5 minutes of extra time. One way. Do not have a winner after these 5 minutes. We go to penalties. Honestly, I'd hate to see this final go to penalties considering the quality of this game. And as I'm saying that, we're witnessing the quality from the outfield players. An amazing strike, pretty much pinged at the top left corner, and a save made from Zubi. And the quality is definitely on display here at Old Mutual Squad League. Teams and individual brilliance all coming together and culminating in what has been one of the most exciting Old Mutual Squad League finals that we've ever witnessed. Season 4, we will definitely crown a new champion this year.
Is it safe to say that Pirates would be more, Zico Boys would be more in favor of going to penalties, considering that that is how they overcame a very stubborn government Tiki team? Say that their keeper, Cosmo, has the ability to save those penalties. We saw him save 2 in the semi-final. So you ask yourself, would Zico Boys be fine with it going all the way to penalties, or would they try to seal it in extra time? Like you're saying, there are 5 minutes to play. This is what ultimately could be the golden goal if it is scored.
I'm not sure, because we thought that goal from Zico Boys at the end of regulation time was the golden goal, but Island Boys found something and got back. But to go back to your earlier question, I don't know if Zico Boys would favor that, because they know that Zubi in goal is also extremely good shot stopper. And for me, I feel like both teams want to take this in this extra time, and we've got about just under 3 minutes left to play. I don't think either team want to go to penalties. Penalties are such a gamble, and because of that, you can't really judge. It really becomes a toss-up at that point. And you also want to know from a confidence perspective that we beat these guys in playing in open play and not having to go to penalties. Regardless of how you win, however, a win is a win. But I really do feel that either team is going to want to take this in this extra time.
Just as a reminder, in the group stages, Island Boys did manage to get the best of Zico Boys with a 1-0 win. This is, however, different. This is a final where R500,000 is up for grabs. So far, the two teams haven't been able to be separated. It is 3-3. It is on a knife's edge. Both teams looking to find that opening. Hasn't been forthcoming so far, but they are still testing each other. They are still looking just to find the smallest of gaps and make it count for their team. We haven't really seen much in terms of changes from both teams in this extra time period. But you can tell, Hakim, that this is far from over.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this is far from over. The intensity hasn't dropped at all. If anything, the intensity has increased, the concentration has gone up, because they know that at any moment this can be taken away from you. Island Boys especially throwing themselves a lifeline late in the second half there, and they are concentrating very much to make sure that they do not allow Zico Boys to find something, because Zico Boys are extremely pesky right now.
Ryan again coming close. We've seen him come close on so many occasions in this game.
Once again, hitting the post. You know, these guys just need a shooting coach.
Is there any shooting coaches out there?
If there's any shooting coaches out there, please put your hand up. Zico Boys need you, because Zico Boys should have scored at least 10 in this game.
Not only in this game, in the entire competition, we have seen them hit the bar. But could it come back to cost them? Because we also know that this game is defined by the smallest of margins. They are asking questions, they are coming close, but they're lacking that finishing touch. It's the one to get it over the line. They have managed to penetrate Zubi. 3 occasions, Ryan scoring what he thought was the winner. It is the first time that Zubi has conceded in this competition. It is important to mention, Hakim.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely brought out the best in each other. We can say that Zubi being extremely effective in goal and making sure that he saves shots. But in this game, Zico boys have just found that extra little bit of energy and of precision to get past him and to give themselves a chance.
There we have it. The referee does signal the end of extra time. This game. We are going to a penalty shootout. What a final, ladies and gentlemen. It will be decided from the penalty spot. Of course, this is the fives format. It is slightly different where the player taking the penalty, for those of you at home, would know that the player would have to plant his foot next to the ball without any movement thereafter before striking the ball. It is a completely different format. We have seen a lot of teams struggle with that. Zubi in the Island Boys goal, we know his abilities to
What a graphic. This is so professional. You see this graphic? This is the penalty shootout graphic. This is the premium package. I keep trying to tell you. This is a premium package. This is dubs in the chat. Who's going to take the biggest dub here today? I don't know. At a certain point, I was so sure that Island Boys were going to take this. When Zico boys scored that third goal, that was one of the most crazy moments. And then not long after that, hey, Island Boys equalized at the death. That's really what they call at the death.
In the background, we are hearing the smooth sounds of Tevin Campbell asking, can we talk? I want to ask Zico boys and Island Boys, can you talk?
Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. And the actions of the winner will cause them to have some zeros in their bank account at the end of this evening.
500,000 Rand. Let's not forget, it is the biggest prize money in five-a-side competition in Africa. Yet to see something bigger. Obviously, Pirates winning it over the last 3 editions. We will have a new winner this time around. It is down to a penalty shootout. Island Boys all the way from Cape Town. Zico boys who do hail from largely Eldorado Park.
To be honest, I don't know what's the DJ story, man. I mean, like, is he trying to keep everybody subdued?
Sundays are for lovers, Hakim.
But today is a different type of Sunday. Today is more like an ice cream Sunday, and somebody is going to get their banana split.
Fire, we have seen. Shout out to also Old Mutual. They've given us some delicious gelato. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a big fan of gelato. It's a great segue.
I like that, man. I like that. Nicely done.
We are about to have a penalty shootout here. It's deliberations over who the kick takers will be. Can you imagine that man Ryan would be amongst the kickers? Anslin Williams, we have seen him dispatch a penalty, although he did miss in the semi-final. Interesting to see which direction these teams will be taking in terms of this penalty shootout. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, 6-goal thriller. And after extra time, both teams can't be separated. We are down to penalties.
If you've just joined us, it's still not too late, because there is serious action happening here at Discovery Soccer Park for Old Mutual Squad League. This is the Season 4 final. So if you have indeed just joined us, you are definitely not too late. You're about to witness a new team being crowned champion of this amazing tournament. And we've enjoyed an extremely entertaining game of football. As Delmanian said, a 6-goal thriller. A thriller in Manila. And we will find out who is gonna deliver the knockout blow. Is it going to be the Titans from Johannesburg, the team that in the qualifiers showed so much prowess and so much potential to take it all the way? A lot of people believe that Zico boys would get to the final this season. They really genuinely did after that qualifier at Old Parks. Or will it be the team from Cape Town, Island Boys, who were in the final last season, who came so close to taking this prize money home and taking the pride home back to Cape Town and letting the rest of the country know that five-a-side does not belong to Johannesburg. We've got two teams who have a lot to prove and who have a lot of bills to pay.
Penalties are being taken from the left to your right of the screen. Island Boys in their black and green. Zico Boys in the all-white strip. It is so tense here and just ahead of the penalty shootout. Seeing the teams huddle together.
It's a cold night in Johannesburg,
but the action on the field
is piping hot, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you that much. Okay, who do you think is going to win?
If you asked me this 20 minutes ago, I would have told you Island Boys. Zico Boys, however, showing a never say die attitude, not giving up one bit. I don't know. I hate to be a spoiled sport, but I don't know.
Be decisive, Dummy. Be decisive. We need decisive.
I'm on the fence.
You're not allowed to be on the fence.
Firmly on the fence. Like I said, I was hoping that the money would stay in Johannesburg. However, Cape Town have put their hands up, said that perhaps the money needs to come coast-side.
As we wait for this penalty shootout to get underway, I think it's very tense moments right now. Everybody has got mixed feelings of shivering and cold and anxiety, and I think everybody just wants this to end because of how tense it's been. But at the same time, we've enjoyed ourselves so thoroughly here today, and we can't wait to find out who the new winner and the new champion of Old Mutual Squad League is going to be.
Cosmo with a bit of mind games, and it is Island Boys kicking it off for us. They are the first to take the penalty, courtesy of their number 7. Nito is his name. He is taking the first spot kick of the evening. Referee just explaining the rules to him, saying that you cannot move your planted foot. He is right-footed. 100% focus from Nito, the number 7 from Island Boys. Can he manage to beat Cosmo, who has been outstanding in penalty shootouts throughout this competition? In the semi-final did come out clutch. Nito lines it up. Nito up against Cosmo. Nito scores through Cosmo's legs. It is 1-0 to Island Boys. Dispatched through the legs of the goalkeeper Cosmo, who despite stretching himself.
That was a dispatch.
He dispatched it quite nicely. Very good penalty there by Nito, the number 7 of Island Boys. Next up, taking a spot kick is Ozzy from Zico Boys. Ozzy has been clinical. He has scored in this game as well. Can you do it again, this time from the penalty spot? What a save by Zubi, denying Ozzy, who opts strangely to go down the middle. Where Zubi, we know he is one of the best shot stoppers in this competition. Interesting choice there by Ozzy, hoping that Zubi would perhaps choose a side and take a dive. Zubi standing firm, making a save and giving his side the advantage. One spot kick each, Zico and Island Boys. Next up is Dixon, again someone who has found the back of the net, up against Cosmo. Can Dixon be clinical from the spot? He misses! Dixon has missed his spot kick. It is 1-0 on the penalty shootout, 4-3, obviously a continuation of the score from regulation time. Next up is Captain Fantastic Ryan. He's pulled his team out of the trenches.
He's done it a number of times.
On so many occasions.
On so many occasions. And if there was ever an occasion where they needed him, it's right now.
I can imagine where his mother is, Junita Baikis. She is watching, screaming at the top of her lungs. She wants to see her son succeed. She has been supporting him from day one. Ryan, can he slot this home? He misses. What a fantastic save by Zubi. Still 1-0 on penalties. Zubi is now stepping up to take a spot kick himself, having made 2 saves in the shootout. Can Zubi increase the lead to 2-0?
This team, they really love Zubi, man. Like, you see how the players just gave him some love before. Like, they really love this kid, man. This kid is a crowd favorite. He deserves it, but let's see if he can do the business right now.
Keeper versus keeper. Zubi up against Cosmo. What a fantastic save by Cosmo.
Oh man, if there was a time.
The ability to tie it up. We have seen 3 penalties taken by Island Boys. 1 scored, 2 missed. Zico Boys missing both of their spot kicks as well. Buti now with the chance to equalize for Zico Boys in this penalty shootout. The keepers have been fantastic. Can Williams make it 1-1 in this penalty shootout? He is up against Zubi, who is yet to concede in this penalty shootout. Hakim. And there we have it, Island Boys. Wow, what a final. Island Boys. Wow. From bridesmaids to brides. Congratulations to Island Boys. They had a number of fundraisers in Cape Town, had their own tournament in Cape Town to raise funds, come all the way to Johannesburg by bus to win 500,000 rand. They showed a never say die attitude in this final.
I can't believe it. This is incredible. I had a feeling, I always did, and I said it, and I'm standing on it. I'm not going back.
Absolute jubilation for Jubi. Congratulations to Zico. Commiserations to Zico Boys.
Yeah,
coming all the way. What a final.
What a final. What a final.
2 of the best teams in Squad League this season.
But we have a winner. And now we have to head out and do the prize giving. Does the stream continue throughout the prize giving? Doesn't continue. Well, Delmain, final thoughts. What an incredible tournament. What an incredible 2 days. And honestly, both teams, whoever won would have deserved it. For me, I really thought that Island Boys had what it took, and they took it all the way. Honestly, congratulations to Zico Boys as well. Old Mutual Squad League Season 4 has ended in a new champion being crowned. From myself, Hakim Malema, I don't know, Dalmain, if you have anything more you want to say.
Just well done to Island Boys, well deserved. They came all the way from Cape Town, showed that they wanted it more than anyone else, worked hard, didn't concede a single goal throughout the tournament, conceded in the final only, held their nerve in the penalty shootout. Zubi, the hero for them. Congratulations again to Island Boys, and commiserations for Zico Boys, who did push them all the way. What an honor it has been to commentate on this final with you, Hakim. What an honor it has been to work on this year's edition of the Old Mutual Squad League. What a privilege, and a massive congratulations to Island Boys, who are 500,000 rand richer, deservedly so.
From everybody here at the Old Mutual Squad League team, from the stream team, from all of the teams in the audience, from myself, Hakim 3 Stacks, we appreciate you guys joining in and watching this. We appreciate you continuing to help us grow this platform. This is me signing off.